Hi, it's Rebecca, and welcome back to Rebecca's Reading Club for Kids, which is a lot of fun. Today, we will be reading from Pingo and the Big Fib, and kind of talking about what happens when you tell a lie and the magic that's in imaginary friends. Now, today's club, Rebecca's Reading Club for Kids, is brought to you by Utah's Online Public Library. Because if you have a library card, Utah's Online Public Library is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and to read and explore and to learn so much. It's at onlinelibrary.utah.gov. So, have you ever read or heard of the author Brandon Mull? He wrote Fablehaven and he wrote Dragon Watch. Really big books, right? Very famous author, very proud of Brandon Mull. And he's actually written a book called Pingo and the Playground Bully. So we'll be reading that today with permission from Shadow Mountain Publishing. Also reading a book by Melissa Anderson called The Big Fib. So, are you ready? Get comfortable. Rebecca's Reading Club for Kids is for kids. So, mom and dad, you can kind of take your time. And while we're reading this, since Facebook Live is on, let me know what city you're in while you're watching this. If you have kids, how old they are. Are they 5, 7, 9? How old are they? Also, let me know, do you have any favorite books that you think are amazing for kids? And I'll look for them too, because we have all the other Rebecca's Reading Club story time online on fm100.com. You can always go back there and watch the stories from the past. So yeah, let me know a little bit about who you are. And hi, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, Brandon Mull's Pingo and the Playground Bully. So let's see what happens here. By the way, the illustrator is Brandon Dorman, and you're going to love his artwork too. In second grade, Chad often played with his imaginary friend Pingo during recess. See his imaginary friend? Very fun. Several of his classmates had imaginary friends as well. Gary protected the galaxy with the help of his robot, Sparky. Tiffany helped save the day with Awesome Girl. And Dustin could hide Mr. Bob in his pocket. Let's take a look at their imaginary friends. Cool, huh? Sometimes Chad and his friends went adventuring together. They battled lunch meat creatures from the cafeteria. Sometimes the cafeteria food is kind of, Other times they hunted the fierce Yardudiosaurus. Have you seen teachers be on yard duty to watch the playground? They've got great imaginations, don't they? Occasionally, they had to run from a bully named Jeremy and his imaginary pal, Grunt. Let's see if you can see them as they're hiding. One recess, after defeating a clan of lava monsters, Chad and his friends began to argue about who had the best imaginary playmate. Sparky is best because he's the smartest, Gary declared. Awesome Girl is best because she's the strongest, Tiffany claimed. Mr. Bob is best because he's the sneakiest, Dustin maintained. Pingo is best because he's the coolest, Chad asserted. Who's the best? The kids decided to hold a competition to prove which imaginary friend was best. Chad noticed that Pingo didn't seem very excited. Don't worry, Chad said to his friend. You can beat all those guys. This is silly, Pingo said. Contests only prove who is best at certain things. We can't back out now, Chad exclaimed. They'll think we're scared. I'll try my hardest, Pingo said. He looks nervous, doesn't he? Sparky won the spelling and math competitions. Pingo came in second. Awesome Girl won the athletic competitions. Pingo came in second. Mr. Bob won the hiding and spying competitions. Pingo came in second. Does it look like Pingo's happy? He looks kind of sad, didn't he? Our friends all won a competition, Gary bragged. It might take more contests to decide the true champion, but it looks like we already proved who is second best. What is Pingo anyway? Tiffany asked Chad. He's a mix of things, Chad replied, and he's got the best imagination here. Then maybe he should have imagined better abilities, Dustin pointed out. Not very nice, huh? Just then, Jeremy and Grunt launched a surprise attack, pinning Chad and his friends into a corner. Why wasn't Grunt in the competition? Jeremy complained. He's obviously the smartest and the sneakiest because we just trapped you. And we'll prove he's the strongest when we pound you guys into the dust. Oh, that looks kinda scary. Chad and his friends were terrified. Sparky started to overheat and malfunction. Awesome Girl flew off to hide. And Mr. Bob slipped into Dustin's pocket. Then Pingo stepped forward. We would have loved to have had you in the contest, Grunt. I bet you would have won most of the medals. We can do another one next week. Right now, we're starting a new game. Want to come on an adventure down the Amazon River with us? What is Pingo doing? He's making friends. I've never been on a river trip, Grunt said. We could use your help, Pingo replied. It will be risky with giant snakes, native warriors, and rival explorers, but we might find the lost city of gold. Looks pretty exciting, huh? You really want to play with us? Jeremy asked. Sounds like fun, Grunt said. The play set can be the boat, Chad suggested. We'll go get the gear ready, Grunt and Jeremy offered. They're looking pretty happy now, aren't they? Yay! Pingo saved the day! Gary cheered. Pingo is the bravest, Tiffany shouted. Pingo is the most fun, Dustin yelled. Pingo is the best, they all agreed. Thank you, but this is silly, Pingo said. Nobody is the best. We're all good at different things, and that's what makes friendship fun. Let's go play. And so began a fresh adventure with a new friend. Pingo and the playground bully. I love that. Yeah. He just made the bully his friend. Way to go, Pingo. This book is called The Big Fib, and I don't know if you've ever told a fib or a lie before, or maybe if you're an adult, you know what it's like when you were a kid and you got caught telling a fib. Well, this is written by Melissa Anderson, and the illustrator is Casey Nelson, and you're going to really love the pictures with this too. It shattered with a crash. It splintered with a smash. I knew I'd done something I shouldn't have. What happened? Can you see the mess? My mother burst in. She was shocked. She was scared. And when I saw her, I knew that she cared, but I couldn't say what I'd been doing before. She rushed in through the blue kitchen door. What happened in here? Her stunned face was white. What were you doing? Are you sure you're all right? I didn't do it, I said, feeling all sorts of sly, and that was the start of my gigantic lie. I looked way up high on the very top shelf, and I saw a small mouse sitting there by himself. He was pushing and shoving your old cookie jar. It sat way up high, and it fell very far. It broke into pieces all over the floor, but I'm sure with some glue it will look like before. My mother said, and looked straight in my eyes and told me that I should never tell lies. She then shook her head and scratched at her chin and spoke without even the tiniest grin. You had better watch out. The first lie's the trigger. Your fib will get bigger and bigger and bigger. Look at how the fibs are getting bigger and bigger. I shook in my boots, took a breath, and replied, I swear it's the truth. I would never lie. I'm sure what I told you is just what I saw. A mouse came out of that hole in the wall. He wanted a cookie to eat for his lunch. He wanted a cookie, something tasty to munch. I watched him climb to the very top shelf. It was amazing. He climbed up there all by himself. He ate all your cookies. He ate every crumb. He licked up each morsel, and when he was done, is that what happened? Nope. Crash! Boom! I watched him do it. Crash! I watched him do it. Boom! I think he knew it because he stood on that shelf after watching it fall, and he laughed a big laugh and then hid in the wall. My mother said, Again and again. She then shook her head and scratched at her chin and spoke without even the tiniest grin. Remember what I said. The first lie's the trigger. Your fib will get bigger and bigger and bigger. I shook in my boots even more than before, but I couldn't stop now, so I fibbed a bit more. 11 mouses, all leaping about, ate all your cookies with 11 shouts. They jumped and they scampered around on the floor. They summered and salted and swung on the door. They ate each of your cookies one after the other, and before they were done, I looked at my mother. Oh, I nearly forgot. There was one giant rat who jumbled on in without stopping to chat. He stood 3 feet tall and was round as a berry. He was fluffy and furry and a little bit hairy. He ate all your cookies, every last one, and sauntered away when they were all gone. If it were me, I'd be downright impressed because it was your cookies that he liked the best. Mother just looked at me straight in the eyes. I knew in my heart she would never tell lies. I was feeling so guilty, my face turned bright red. It made me ashamed where my big fib had led. So I confessed. I wanted a cookie. I knew that I shouldn't. I tried to be good. It's just that I couldn't. I pulled up a chair. I did it myself. I climbed way up high to the very top shelf. I ate all the cookies and then told you a lie. That's brave. I'm so glad she told the truth. Now, I feel sorry and I just want to cry. Doesn't feel good to fib, does it? My mother then gave me the tightest embrace and wiped away all the tears from my face. She told me, I'm sorry for the lie that you chose, but now you know well how a fib like that grows. There is an effect for every small deed, and this was a lesson I knew that you'd need. See that big hug. Those big hugs feel good, don't they? So today, I'm outside, just weeding the yard. I'm earning some money for a new cookie jar. I'm replacing the cookies, the broken jar too, as I learn the importance of actions I choose. I've learned a big lesson about fibbing today. I will never tell lies. It's the truth, I will say. I will shake my head and scratch at my chin and tell the truth again and again. From this moment on, I won't be a fibber, 'cause fibs just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the truth. Fibs just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Isn't that a fun book? So we read The Big Fib by Melissa Anderson, published with permission by Shadow Mountain Publishing. And also we read Pingo, The Playground Bully by Brandon Mull. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you have any other book suggestions, I'd love to see them. And thank you so much for watching Rebecca's Reading Club for Kids. We'll be back again next Monday. And of course, you can watch more of our videos online on fm100.com. Have a great day.